unequivocally say that it is with a cause, but I still do respect you as a man, and I respect you for what position you have taken with this SRC. But there's trouble in the land. Dr. Ackerman, I'm so glad to see you. And God bless you. God bless you. I'm so glad to see you. There's trouble in the land in Philadelphia. And I stand and I need some clarity, because I believe that I heard that we were only going to have 3 Promise Academies. And if I'm correct, that's why I wanted Mr. Madge to be here. I had to walk out because I never speak without having the proper information. Are we saying that we will only have 3 Promise Academies in the city of Philadelphia for fiscal year, school year 11-12? Is that what I heard? Can somebody verify that for me, please? No. How many we have? 9. 6 from last year, which is out the question. What about the 11 for this year, proposed for this year? We will only have 3. That is ultimately disgusting. How dare anybody suggest, and Merrill Lynch and all those financiers that walked out of the room when we came to have the real discussion, if we're going to get a $61 million bond, where's the money going? What are we going to use the money for? The 11 Promise Academies. I live in West Philadelphia, in the heart of everything that happens in the city of Philadelphia, and it's degraded. Our students, our children are at the worst time in their lives, and for us to cut the Promise Academy, I look at the record, and look at the record. I want everybody in here to call somebody and tell them the fight is on. The revolution will be televised. They tried to shut me up, but I won't be quiet. Because if you take the Promise Academy from the 154,000 students that we educate, that 85% of them are African Americans, it's a disgrace. Because we need to be challenged. We need to be prepared to compete globally. And with the schools that we've had for the 40 years in Philadelphia, we can't do it. And because this woman came to town, ready and prepared, we let politics determine educating children. All of you have children. All of you have grandchildren. You have friends. You have neighbors. And yes, I yell and I scream behind a podium, Mr. Nunnery, because I believe in what I'm standing for. I'd rather die standing for this than die for anything else, because I know I'm right. Now you have a choice to make. You ask that governor for the $15 million or whatever it takes to open all of these Promise Academies, and you tell them we need it now. You go to city council. They sent $252 million to Arizona and Kentucky for horse breeding. Are our children not more important than horse breeding? Yeah. You spent $9 million on Fairmount Park on cutting the grass so people could have picnics and smoke marijuana and smoke crack and snort cocaine in the coveted area that we call Fairmount Park. You spend $9 million, but you can't give $15 million to the children of Philadelphia. It's a terrible thing. And I stand here today to say the fight is on. And you find the money. Find it somewhere. Every one of you have a responsibility. I don't care who appointed you. Whether the governor appointed you, whether the mayor appointed you, I could care less. Because they don't come in the trenches. They don't walk around and see our kids on drugs, see our kids not being able to read, not being able to fill out a job application. And this is a serious time. And I get through press. I'm on YouTube. Because you publicize the fact that few children, and hold up, Evelyn, I'll be finished in 1 minute. You publicize and you put in the paper and on the news that kids go in Center City and you call them a flash mob. Well, what do you call them when they're inside a school and can't read and can't write? They have no other choice to flash who they are. They have no other choice to come together and protest and be angry. That's the only way they know how to exhibit that they're mad as hell. I'm mad today. And yes, I have on my clerical collar, and I stand in the honor of who I am, a Baptist minister turned Pentecostal, ready to preach the gospel and fight for God's children. These are all our kids. And we have a responsibility And I ask you one question. Will you sit by because you were appointed by a politician? Because your law firm has bond work with the city of the school district of Philadelphia? Because some of you have contracts that are not disclosed because your son-in-law or your daughter-in-law owns the company? Will you sit by and let our children suffer for that? No dollar means anything more important than the life of a child. Because that child will grow up to be your worst enemy or your best friend. So I say to each of you, put politics aside. I don't care who you're loyal to. I don't care who got you the position. I don't care who you can call at the drop of a dime. We need to advocate for these children. And Dr. Ackerman, gird up your loins. Gird up your loins, because that's what the scripture says. They say when they come upon you to eat up your flesh, the Lord